if you take a look at selling a business, most things in business have a cyclicality to them, right? Not just M&A activity, but also industries. In terms of timing, is there a best time to try to exit, or can you time it? I mean, I've been in the financial services industry for many, many years, and one of the words that's verboten is timing.
Yeah.
So, but maybe there is a good time to sell.
And that is, similar wisdom for business owners.
Okay.
It is difficult, oftentimes impossible, to time the sale of a business.
Okay.
And that's why I go back to our advice to create a sellable asset. And then when the time is right for you, the company, and your family, you have created a sellable asset. But always put yourself in the shoes of the buyer. What do they want? What are they looking for? How are they evaluating companies? And in very simple terms, buyers look at a company based on past performance, usually the past 3 years.
Okay.
And then they are also looking at what is the future potential, particularly under their ownership, to grow, scale, and realize the full potential of this business. And in the case of private equity, that may be over 3 to 7 years. For a strategic, it could be indefinite. And for a family office, it could be more indefinite as well. But you want to put yourself in the shoes of those buyers. And we like to think about this and communicate it to business owners with the imagery of a clock. And so a lot of business owners, whether it's intentional or unintentional, they want to sell their company at 11 p.m. or midnight.
Right.
Because they had spent a lifetime building this. In a lot of ways, it's their identity. And they struggle to know, and they're fearful in many cases, as to what will their life look like after the sale. And then a lot of times they get that business to a point where it's really profitable. And they're thinking, well, my goodness, I've spent a lifetime getting the business to this point. Why would I stop now? And it feels like the music's never going to end. And we know that that's just not true. Things happen that are out of our control. And so you really want to bring a business to market and sell the company when the hands of the clock are on 8 or 9 p.m.
Okay.
So there's strong past performance, and it's clear to the buyer that there is a path to going from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. with that buyer's help and resources. And so we really encourage business owners to have a conversation with us and get a clear sense from the buyer's perspective. Where is your business on the hands or the face of a clock?
Sure.
And what can you do about it? The other thing that happens to business owners, the business intentionally or unintentionally turns into more of a lifestyle business. And I talked about your revenue and your profitability increasing. Sometimes, especially among baby boomers, it's a great lifestyle business and their revenue hasn't changed in 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's impossible to sell. It's definitely more difficult.
It's just more difficult.
It won't trade at a premium.
In my industry, financial services, one of the things that's sort of held well for me in terms of my standing is the putting people first.
Right.
And I've got to tell you that's, when I first heard you talking about SDR, I started to get the sense that that's what you do. When you take the one thing that you said is that all businesses will sell. The other thing is we talked about, people, not unlike their businesses, a lot of folks don't like to talk about their own demise, right? I mean, that's a very difficult conversation. That's why, to me, somebody that has those conversations or should be having them with the business owner is a wealth manager, and they probably are. So I feel like, if I was a business owner, I might not have very many trusted resources in terms of advisors, but chances are that if I have a wealth manager and I've had them any amount of time at all, that they are a trusted advisor. So I think putting them in the driver's seat, quarterbacking, coming to you, helping them put together a team in a marketplace that is getting ready to bring out what's the saying in terms of what's happening, the silver tsunami.
Yeah,
So-
the baby boomer transition of wealth. My favorite is referred to as the silver tsunami.
yeah, heard you say that. So after 23 plus years and dealing in the lower middle market, all kinds of industries, I really do think that you are very well situated to have conversations with financial advisors.